Why Flipside?
Hey, welcome to episode 8. I guess seeing as it's episode 8, it must be about March. Oh, what the fuck, man? I think I've been in some kind of time vortex because it's already the 7th of April. Oh well, welcome to episode 8.
みたいだあの子僕がロングシュート決めたらどんな顔するだろう誰もがもう諦めて苦く微笑むけれど僕らならできるはず革命チックなジャンキーシュート青春でワン、ツー、スリージャンプ食ってる超ね青春でワン、ツー、スリージャンプあの子だけの汗まみれのスタ街とお別れしなくちゃ窓の外からはパパとママが手を振っている寂しくて悲しくて辛いことばかりならば諦めて構わない大事なことはそんなんじゃない青春でワン、ツー、スリージャンプ暴れまくってる超熱青春でワン、ツー、スリージャンプあの子だけの汗まみれのスター
Yo Jody, welcome back. You just heard the amazing intro song, which is, I don't even know how to describe it. Let's just say it was, if we're using 2009 terms, epic and immense, from Yamamoto Yusuke, one of my favourite Japanese artists, which I think I've shown you many times, probably when drunk. Just for full transparency, this is the third time I'm making this second part of the podcast tape thing. I guess I'm just that out of that out of practice, I feel as though I've lost all ability to do it. I listened back to the other two versions. I was like, this is so shit, I can't use this. Even I can barely listen through this. How can I expect Jodie to do it? I also completely scrapped the whole theme of this episode as well. I had like this theme of end of the world stuff, and then I even did a little bit of research of like these songs which sound happy but have bad secret meanings to them, and I was like, you know what, I can't be fucked with all that. It's just it's too depressing. I'm just gonna send Jodie some kick-ass songs that I like. But yeah, I'm glad we made it this far. I didn't mean to leave it so long, but it's just one of those months, I think, where I'm just like, I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm so fucked with everything. I can't move, I can't speak. So yeah, I was meant to do you a birthday episode, which shows you just how far behind I am, because we're in fucking April now. So yeah, as a late birthday surprise, I'm just gonna bang on this super upbeat song, which doesn't really have any meaning to it, and is kind of ridiculous. I hope you enjoy it, man. This is Dupe by Dupe. Hey Jody, it was a G.I. Jane joke. I know, right? Can you believe it's been so long since the last episode that there was no war in Ukraine and no war between Will Smith and Chris Rock? Also in that time, I had the most amazing and the most devastating time with Jim Carrey. Okay, firstly, amazing because Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is an incredible movie. You have to see it, man. As a Sonic fan, I feel as though you will love it. Like, I love the first film, but it was like, it had those like Marvel superhero origin film kind of things about it, where it's like, it's enjoyable, but there's so much about just that, oh hey look, this is Sonic and this is how he gets to this point. But whereas the second film is just all in, with like Tails and Knuckles are there as well, and Dr. Robotnik, aka Jim Carrey, gets a really big role in it as well, like bigger than the first film, and he's just so cool as Robotnik. But yeah, so that was my highlight. My low light was that, like, literally days later, Jim Carrey was like, I'm so happy with how, well, I'm paraphrasing, I don't have the exact quote, but he said something along the lines of, he's happy with how his career has gone, and he's finally at peace with himself, and he's gonna retire. And like, how can he retire if there's gonna be a Sonic the Hedgehog 3? He has to come back for that, or I'm gonna riot, man. I'm gonna go to his house, hunt him down and be like, yo, what's going on? But yeah, in celebration of the amazing Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I'm gonna play you a Sonic song that I really like, but I feel as though I might not have shared with you before, just because it's not from one of the Sonic games that we've played together. This is from the 2008 Xbox 360 PS3 title Sonic Unleashed, which is one of the best 3D Sonic games, but at the time was slightly overlooked because it's like half the time you're playing as Sonic and then the other half of the time you're playing as Werewolf Sonic, and Werewolf Sonic got a lot of hate because the levels were slower. But it was still fun to play, but it wasn't like classic Sonic. But then 10 years later, looking back, everyone's like, oh, how great was that game? And I'm like, fuck you guys, I told you back then. So yeah, this is my escape. And this is pretty much like the original song, but this is sang live for Sonic's 30th anniversary last year. So I hope you enjoy it, man bear. I'll see you on the flip side.
Go
Oh, that song has so much passion in it, man. I absolutely love it. I just want to clench my fist and howl at the moon and scream Sonic's name. Anyway, I believe that recently you were very, very close to me. Not just as we always are, but actually physically. So I'm kind of devastated that I didn't get to see you. And I'm equally, not devastated, I'm equally happy about how cute that little pug thing is from your auntie. That is adorable. But the other non-adorable thing is potentially my voice. I feel as though I'm basically better now. But I don't think I have quite the dulcet tones that I had last time for story time. So I've had to get a bit of help from one of our close friends. So I'm gonna pass it over to our BFF from back in the day, Michael Jackson, and he's gonna. It's not a gay ghost story, but it's still a ghost story. So I hope you enjoy it. Oh, sorry, I've just had word from MJ that he no longer wants to read the ghost story, which would have been Casper, but instead he feels like an alien story. So I was like, yeah, sure, I like aliens. What kind of alien story were you thinking of? Not something too scary, I hope. And he was like, E.T. And I was like, oh yeah, of course. So, yeah, hope you enjoy story time, man, bear.
Out of the night sky, a ship was descending. The hull glowing with soft light, as if a piece of the moon had fallen. The hatch opened and the crew came out. Odd little beings, moving quietly through the leaves, gathering. A blackberry bush, a rose, a tiny cedar tree. When suddenly, man came. One of the little beings was cut off, trapped in the trees, separated from his ship. He ran as fast as his short legs would carry him. His chest glowing red, a signal to the crew that he needed help. His ship was ahead, glowing through the branches. He stumbled towards it, but the hatch was closing and the crew was leaving. The ship lifted off, like the moon slowly rising, then soared away, a comet swallowed by the night. The creature's heart light faded. He was alone, 3 million light years from home. The lights of the city twinkled in the valley below the little being. The friendliest light was coming from a kitchen window at a boy named Elliot's house. The big guys playing inside made Elliot wait out front for their pizza delivery. Out back, the creature crawled into the yard and hid in a tool shed.
Harvey? Harvey, is that you, boy?
Elliot, looking for his dog in the backyard, heard strange noises coming from the tool shed. He picked up his baseball and he threw it in. Whatever was in there whipped it right back.
Look, there's some out there. It's in the tool shed. It threw the ball at me. Nobody go out there.
Elliot fell asleep that night. all kinds of strange dreams in his head. And the squashy little guy from outer space came creeping back into the garden as quietly as he could. But those funny feet of his tripped him up in a garbage can. Elliot heard it and came running out. He chased whatever it was behind the house, but he wasn't sure that he really wanted to catch up. Suddenly it stopped and turned. Next day, Elliot went into the woods. He laid a trail of little candies, one piece after another, and then went back home. E.T. crawled from the bushes. We all know curiosity killed the cat, but he was too old to change now. He put the little round object in his mouth. It was delicious. The tastiest thing he'd ever eaten in the whole universe.
It's not that we don't believe you, honey.
Well, it was real, I swear.
Maybe it was an iguana.
It was no iguana.
Maybe you know how they say there are alligators in the sewers?
Alligators in the sewers.
All we're trying to say is maybe you just probably imagined it.
I couldn't have imagined it.
Elliot had a hunch that this might be the night. So he waited outside in an old chair. And sure enough, this strange creature appeared. Someone from another world. Elliot's heart almost stopped. E.T. was just as scared as Elliot. But he had to hang in there. After all, he had to eat. He had to live. So he followed Elliot with the candy into the house and up the stairs. The two friends found each other across 1,000 universes and fell asleep. Next day,
Do you talk? You know, talk. Me, human. Boy. Elliot. 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 These are toys. These are little men. This is Greedo. And then this is Hammerhead. Let's see. This is Walrus Man. And then this is Snaggletooth. And this is Lando Calrissian. See? And this is Boba Fett. And look, they can even have wars. Look at this.
but how do you share the greatest secret in the world?
Now, swear it. The most excellent promise you can make. Swear as my only brother on our
Don't
lives.
get so heavy, I swear.
And, close your eyes.
Okay, they're closed.
Okay, swear it one more time. I have absolute...
Absolute power. Yes.
What he saw blew his mind.
Elliot, look what I made.
But Elliot was hoping that his little sister would handle the situation better. And what do you do with something as wild as this weird, squashy little guy with a head shaped like an eggplant?
I'm keeping him. What is it? He won't hurt you, Gertie. You're not gonna hurt you.
But some other people are looking for E.T. also. Tall shadows with flashlights, keys, and heavy shoes. And they want to keep him too. Meanwhile, Elliot, Michael, and Gertie brought their new friend a potted flower as a gift.
We are here. Where are you from? I don't like his feet. Only feet, you little twerp. He's trying to tell us something. What's he doing? What's happening?
With the point of his finger, E.T.'s magical powers raised 5 balls up into the air and floated them there above everybody's head. Elliot. Then E.T. quietly retired in the closet with his flower pot, leaving Elliot, Michael, and Gertie to go off to school.
How do you explain school to higher intelligence? Hi, Elliot.
Hey, Elliot, where's your goblin?
Shut up. Did he come back? Well, did he?
Yeah, he came back. But he's not a goblin. He's a spaceman.
He was from the other side of the universe,
Terrestrial.
but he'd figured out how to open Elliot's refrigerator. And he found a can of something that looked pretty good. Beer. To him it seemed perfectly harmless. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, in Elliot's biology class,
The actual frog dissection, and you will find many similarities.
Elliot found one. The frog reminded him of E.T.
Back to the river! Back to the forest! Run! I want to save you! Let's get out of here!
And all the frogs got out of there. Out the window, out the door, and down the road. At home, E.T. found a newspaper, and the comic strip really caught his eye. There it was. A spaceman had built a communicator to phone home.
Bottles of wine and boxes and berries.
Then Gertie came home to watch her favorite TV show. When something amazing happened.
Bottles of
B,
wine and
B,
boxes and
B.
wine. But B is for boy with a big
It's a bee. Good.
and banjo and birdie and bottles.
And that wasn't all he learned to say. When Elliot came home, E.T. had a surprise for him.
I taught him how to talk now. He can talk now. E.T., can you say that? Can you say E.T.? E.T.
And he had one more thing to say.
I taught him that too.
Something very, very important.
This is the most
Something that the whole world would someday soon remember.
Oh my God, he's talking.
E.T. phone home.
But some people were listening in on their own phone.
Now I wish I would have listened in science.
Grab that fuzz.
E.T. built his own communicator out of the fuzzbuster, some bobby pins, a knife and fork, and the UHF tuner from the TV set.
Oh, Elliot. He doesn't look too good anymore.
Don't say that. We're fine.
While Mom was reading Gertie a bedtime story, Elliot cut his finger on a mean-looking saw blade.
Ouch.
It was poison. Ouch. You drank it to save my life. Tink, dear Tink, are you dying?
E.T.'s finger lit up, just like his heart, and a mysterious light healed Elliot's cut.
Do you believe in fairies? Say quick that you believe.
I do.
If you believe, clap your hands.
Halloween night. Elliot and Michael dressed E.T. in a sheet, like a ghost.
Ready.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And they took him out on the street. And guess who he saw? A familiar friend from a galaxy far away.
Be back 1 hour after sunset, no later.
I'll try as fast as I can, Mike.
Elliot rode to the forest with E.T. in the basket of his bicycle. E.T. thought the ride was too slow and bouncy.
It's too bumpy. We'll have to walk from here. E.T.!
So he raised that magic finger of his and gave them a lift.
Not so high! Not so high!
The bike soared into the air over the treetops, high as the birds can fly, and higher! Across the great silver moon they flew, beautiful and free.
Don't crash, please.
Then, out in the lonely forest, E.T. set up his communicator and pointed it at the stars. His strange signal beamed itself out into that place in the sky where night is forever.
E.T., it's working! It's working! You did it! It's working! E.T., it's working! We have to go now, E.T. We're so late already.
But nobody had returned E.T.'s phone call to the stars. Back at Elliot's house, the net was closing in. Science had discovered his hideout in the closet upstairs. That night, Elliot and his friends slept in the forest. At dawn, when he woke up, E.T. was gone. Elliot, sick with fever, returned home for help.
You gotta find him, Mike.
Where is he?
In the forest. The bald spot. You gotta find him.
Michael found the little guy, face down in a stream, his body gray all over, gray as ash. Michael gently carried E.T. back to the safety of their home. They snuck him upstairs and laid him down on the bathroom floor. Now was the time to tell Mom.
Mom, won't you come with me?
What is it?
Mary, just come with me.
Michael, what?
Mom, remember the goblin?
Michael, what are you talking about?
Just swear the most excellent promise you can make.
Michael.
She couldn't believe what she saw.
That's terrific.
Her hand went limp. The coffee spilled from her cup.
You're sick. I think we're dying.
Mom, it's okay.
Downstairs.
He's not gonna hurt you, Mom.
He's not gonna hurt you.
Michael, get her downstairs!
The man from the moon!
Sealed in white protective spacesuits, the military, the government, scientists and doctors invaded Elliot's house. They had zeroed in on E.T. and turned the place into a laboratory and hospital. A huge plastic envelope came down, covering the entire house, and medical teams moved in on the little guy.
Write anything down? No. You say it has the ability to manipulate its own environment?
He's smart. He communicates through Elliot.
Elliot thinks it's thoughts.
No, Elliot feels his feelings.
They hooked him up to all kinds of machines, but he was fading like a star at morning.
Leave him alone. I can take care of him. E.T. Elliot.
Speaking. He's talking.
E.T. Stay with me. Please stay together. I'll be right here. I'll be right here. Stay. Elliot.
But E.T. was going where no one could follow. His starfire was out, and he was as cold as the moon.
Creature's pressure is bottoming out. His complexes are slow and widening.
All right, I'm calling. What time is it?
E.T. was gone.
15 hours, 36 minutes. Okay. Let's pack him in ice.
So they placed E.T. in a coffin of ice, but left Elliot alone with him, because Elliot was the one he'd come to across the great ocean of time.
I'm so sorry. It must be dead. Because I don't know how to feel. I can't feel anything anymore. You've gone someplace else now. I'll believe in you all my life. Every day. E.T. I love you.
Then a miracle. Elliot noticed E.T.'s wilted flower was moving. A light opened up in E.T.'s heart, growing brighter and brighter, from orange to yellow to white.
E.T. phone home.
The little guy was all worked up, and Elliot had to shut him up, so no one would know he was alive.
Elliot, why don't you come with me?
No.
Come on.
No. No.
Sorry.
No.
and Elliot turned on the tears and faked them all out.
Would you like the flowers?
Michael and Elliot had a plan. The scientists put E.T. into a medical van. They didn't even notice it when the guys snuck aboard.
I'm driving.
Open the door, son.
There's a guy out here. What do I do?
Well, what are you waiting for? Let's go!
I've never driven forward before!
Michael screamed to his friends.
Get the bikes! Meet us at the playground at the top of the hill. Let's do it!
So they did it. They stole E.T. out from under everybody's nose and carried him off on their bikes. E.T. was riding in Elliot's basket, bouncing up and down again, with the world at their heels. But Elliot and his partners could ride. The police chased them through the streets, but the kids knew the alleys.
This is Unit 302. We've cut the kids off.
Let's split up! Hey! We made it!
That's what they thought. In came the roadblock. Cars and men. Police and guns. The net closed once more. E.T. and his friends had run out of time.
Whoa!
And up they went! E.T. and his pals. Up over the roadblock. Up into the sky. Wheeling over the rooftops. Sailing over the valleys. Higher and higher. Flying in the sky. E.T. and his pals. Tell me when it's over! And there it was, the most beautiful thing in the whole world. The ancient spaceship coming slowly down. And it was time to say goodbye.
There's no goodbye.
Be good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Where would E.T. go? His home was far beyond the Milky Way, out past the farthest star we see, where only the great ships of space can roam. Would they ever see him again? Where would he be?
I'll be right here.
A feeling of sadness and joy filled the air as they watched E.T. approach the ship that would take him home. hatch was open. The crew was waiting. E.T. looked at his friends one last time, picked up his flower pot, and walked into the ship. The hatch closed. The ship lifted off, up into the sky, trailing a rainbow. E.T.'s rainbow. Look for it! Look for it! Look!
Thanks for that, MJ. Also, Jodie, I don't know about you, but I can't remember E.T. sounding quite like that. That noise he makes, like what the fuck is that? But maybe it's just been too long since I last saw it. And how dumb is that other kid? Maybe it's an iguana. I don't think so, pal. What iguana have you listened to recently? But yeah, honestly, that was pretty magical, hey? Like, audiobooks are usually pretty shit, but back in the late 80s or early 90s when MJ was doing this shit for cassette tapes, like, that was out of this world. His voice is just majestic, and he actually puts effort into it. I swear, the few audiobooks I've tried to listen to, they're like, and the man was shocked. He got stabbed in the face. He looked solemn. It was a sad, sad day. Like, it's like that for the whole time. I'm like, how the fuck am I meant to stay interested in this for 6 hours? But yeah, that was MJ with his majestic retelling of E.T. the alien. And I kind of, I'm really in that zone now of like, after listening to that, in that zone of like space, but like kind of weird happy space. So here's a song from ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, Diary of Horace Wimp. It just has that space-timey sound to it. I hope you enjoy.
He'd be in trouble, though he'd say he was sorry. He'd have to hurry out to the bus.
Tuesday.
Horace was so sad. He'd never had a girl that he could care for. And if it was late once more, he'd be out. Uh-oh.
Don't be afraid. Just knock on the door. Well, he just stood there mumbling and fumbling. Then a voice from above said, Horace Wimp, this is your life. Go out and find yourself a wife. Make a stand, be a man, and you will have a great life plan. You can do it. Come on,
Horace met the girl. She was small and she was very pretty. He thought he was in love. He was afraid. Uh-oh. Asked her for a date. The cafe down the street tomorrow evening. His head was reeling when she said yes. Okay.
Don't be afraid. Just knock on the door. Well, he just stood there mumbling and fumbling. Then a voice from above said, Horace Wimp, this is your life. Go out and find yourself a wife. Make a stand, be a man, and you will have a great life plan. You can do it. Come on,
door. Well, he just stood there mumbling and fumbling. Then a voice from above said, Horace Swift, this is your wife. Go out and find yourself a life. Take a stand and be a man, and you will have a free life plan. Horace Swift. Horace, 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 Horace.
Considering it's been so long since the last episode, I feel as though I should say the mandatory questions like, hey baby, how's the weather? And, hey baby, is that cold better now? But instead of me saying it, why don't we get a lady to say it? This lady in particular is a beautiful 80s lady dressed all in silver with a silver perm, and she's on the telephone, or at least she's attempting to be on the telephone to her boyfriend, who is currently in Mars, I think. Yeah, I think it's Mars. Yeah, it's a banging song in space, so I hope you enjoy it, man, as much as I do. I feel as though maybe this is us trying to speak to each other on MSN on those days where we keep missing each other. Anyway, see you on the flip side, bro. This is Clouds Across the Moon by Ra Band, as in R-A-H Band.
Good evening. This is the intergalactic operator. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm trying to reach Flight Commander P.R. Johnson on Mars Flight 247.
Very well. Hold on, please. You're through.
Thank you, operator. Hi, darling. How you doing? Hey, baby. Were you sleeping? Oh, I'm sorry, but I've been really missing you. Hi, darling. How's the weather? Say, baby, is that cold better now? Oh, I'm sorry. Is there someone there with you? Oh, since you went away, there's nothing going right. I just can't sleep alone at night. I'm not ashamed to say I badly need a friend, or it's the end. Now, when I look at the clouds across the moon, here in the night, I just hope and pray that soon, oh baby, you'll hurry home to me. Hi, darling. The kids say they love you. Hey, baby, is everything fine with you? Please forgive me, but I'm trying not to cry. Oh, I've had a million different offers on the phone, but I just stay right here at home. I don't think that I can take it anymore, this crazy war. Now, when I look at the clouds across the moon, here in the night, I just hope and pray that soon, oh darling, you'll hurry home to me.
I'm sorry to interrupt your conversation, but we are experiencing violent storm conditions in the
connection. Could you try again, please?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we have lost contact with Mars 247 at this time.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I'll try again next year. Oh, next year. Home to me. Next year.
Good evening, this is the intergalactic operator. I believe you have made it through to MSN user Josh64. Please leave your message. How was that, man? Do you think I could get a music career in the 80s now? I would hope so. Anyway, I thought we might pivot slightly from the space theme, but still, you know, still in that area. Instead, I thought maybe we'll go into robots. And what's a better robot than, say, C-3PO or Bender? I would say probably the best ever robot is Johnny 5 from the mega show Short Circuit. So here is underrated 80s artist Al DeBarge with Who's Johnny? So he's asking the question, who's Johnny? And in the video, everyone is in a courthouse pointing fingers saying, who's Johnny? But then about halfway through, Johnny 5 the robot appears. I don't quite know why they're all asking who he is. Maybe there's been a lot of crimes attached to his name, so they're all like, who the fuck is this Johnny guy? And then they find out it's a robot, and they lose their shit, man. They lose their shit. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this banging 80s song as much as I enjoy banging 80s people. I don't know why I did that so weirdly. This is how out of sync I am with modern day podcasting for you, Jody. I swear I'll be better on the next episode.
Who is Johnny?
Jody, what a journey we've been on today. We've been to space, we've learned a bit about robots, and we've had a beautiful rendition of E.T. from the one and only Michael Jackson. So I thought what better way to end this episode than with a fictional artist, Beau Revere. Beau Revere appeared in like season 3 or 4 of Saved by the Bell, and it was a background song, which the background song sounded really banging, and everyone was like, "Oh, I love Beau Revere. Have you got the new Beau Revere tape?" And when I first watched it back when I was about 10, so that was like 2000. It was already an old show. It was like 1991. And back in 2000, 9 years seems like a lifetime. So back then, I thought, maybe I just haven't heard of this artist because it was from years ago. And it was only when I got the internet, years later, that I found out it's a fictional artist. He doesn't exist. But he was, there's a full song that exists. Part of it's played in the show. And then there's a full version on the album, Saved by the Bell, which they had an album, apparently. And but yeah, in the episode, basically everyone's buying this mega tape because the song is banging, and Zach Morris puts subliminal messages into the song along the lines of, "Isn't Zach Morris so great? Isn't Zach Morris the best person ever? Don't you want to date Zach Morris?" But the thing is, he plays it on the school tannoy, and everybody in the school hears it, and so the whole school goes kind of crazy, and all the girls are surrounding him, trying to make him go to the prom with them. And it backfires because he thinks his friend Slater is going to save him, but then this happens.
I'm saying Zach Morris is a 10.
Jesse, sit down.
Take me to the dance. You're everything a girl dreams of. Is everything all right, Jack?
Oh, yes, Miss Wentworth. Everything's fine.
Go to the dance with me, Zach.
I'm going to tell you.
No, you're going with me. Keep your hands off him. He's mine.
Get your hands up.
Zach! Zach!
Wentworth, you've got to help me.
Oh, you don't need any help, you blonde Tom Cruise.
What, is everybody crazy?
They're crazy about you, Top Gun.
Zach! 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 Zach!
Oh, jeez.
There you are. You're so cute I could scream.
I am?
I thought Screech was my prince of passion, but it's you, the Z-Man.
Take your hands off him. He is mine.
Yeah, you tell her.
Zach!
Kelly. Kelly. Leave them alone! Oh, Slater, am I glad to see you. Hey, keep them away. All right, just back off. Back off. He's going to the dance with me.
Anyway, enough talking about Saved by the Bell. Shut up, Josh. I'm just going to play the song. This is our outro song. This is the full Beau Revere song, and it is actually banging. And it's the guy who made it. I think he said he based it on people like, I've forgotten his name already. The guy who did Who's Johnny, and more famous people like Prince and all that. It was like an amalgamation of their sound. And yeah, I've listened to this song so many times the last few months. Anyway, man, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope the next one won't be too far away, and hopefully now that I'm back into the swing of things, the next one should be more enjoyable. And believe me, I have not forgotten that I do owe you a story time based on the shape-shifting Asian dragon thing. That's still coming up. I just I didn't feel as though I was up for reading it in a good enough reading voice this week. I think Michael Jackson was a pretty good stand-in though. Anyway, see you soon, Man Bear. Lots of love. See you soon. Bye 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 bye.